This is part of the video series on technology located at clinicalpsychologystudent.com. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to format a table of contents. Keep in mind this isn't exactly APA formatting. You're going to want to check into exactly what that is, but I'm going to show you the basics that trip up a lot of people. So here we have a table of contents that has been attempted to be formatted. You could see there's kind of a jaggedness to the alignment of these numbers. Basically, this was done by just typing periods, and that's not the ideal way to do this. Here's another table in which we have a tab, and then we have a similar type of periods, I guess, trailing to a final page number that is right aligned to the edge of the page. So I'm going to go over how to do this the ideal way. So let's start with the top. So this is going to be centered, which it is. Page is typically right aligned. That may differ based on what your school's requirements or the APA requirements are. In this case, that's fine. We're right aligned. And you'll notice we have with page layout, our margins are a little different. We have a larger left margin for binding that goes along with this school's requirement for dissertations. So that's fine. Everything else is left aligned to 0 inches. As we can see here, we are left aligned. So that's what we want. This is a top level category, which is according to this style guide, all in capital letters. And again, we have these periods leading all the way to this Roman numeral number. So okay, there we go. So the first thing that I'm going to demonstrate is really how to get all of this formatted in a nicer way and have this Roman numeral digit right aligned. So basically the way to do this is with tabs. So I'm going to actually just eliminate that space, all those periods here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, if I right click, I can go into paragraph, and there's a tabs button I can click on. So I'm going to clear all the tabs because I think by default there's tabs every 0.5 inches all the way along the document. So I'm going to clear all of them, and all I want is the first one which already exists at 0 inches, and I want another one at 6 inches. I want that one to be for this number, and I want it to be right aligned. And I guess, yeah, they call this leader. So I can specify what the leader is for this, and in this case we want periods. So we'll click set. You could see these are all the tabs that now exist, and click OK. So now as soon as we hit tab, we have nice leading periods all the way up to a right aligned number. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to repeat this operation by I'm at least going to repeat it for the top level titles, I guess you can call them. And so to do that, so what I'm going to do is click on this line, and I'm also going to use the control key to click on other lines so I can select multiple lines at the same time. I'm using a Windows machine. It might be a different key other than control on a Mac machine, but you can figure this out. So I'm going to highlight, and that's good. Highlight all these top level nodes, and now that I've got that, I'm just going to repeat that operation again. So I'm going to go to paragraph, tabs, and I'm going to clear all 6 inches right with a leader. I'm going to set that, and we should be all set. So now we need to just change these into a tab. So I'm going to select all of these, hit the tab button, and you see we have this again. So I'm going to fly through the rest of these. Tab, 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 and so on. Looks like we had an extra tab in there. One more tab. Okay. So that takes care of these top level nodes. So next we want to take care of the second level nodes, or titles, whatever we want to call them. So yeah, the way to do this is ideally to have if we go into paragraph, have an indentation, a left indentation of, in this case, 0.5 inches before each one of these. So I'm going to make sure that that is the case on all of these, and that a regular tab character hasn't been used. So in this case, there is a tab character here. You could see that. So we're going to eliminate that. Looks like that's done in this whole section. And instead, I'm going to highlight these, again, using Control to highlight them, right-click, and paragraph, and I'm going to change this left to 0.5 inches. Hit OK. All right, so got that section. Looks like the same thing we'll have to do for this section. How about these? Yeah. Looks like that one is already done that way. A little inconsistent throughout the document. Okay. So I'm going to select these, and these. Right-click, paragraph, and again, we're going to set this to 0.5 inches. All right, perfect. This one is already set to 0.5. Yep. Okay, so now with that taken care of, I'm going to go on and do the same thing that we did before, which is adjusting our tab stops. So going to select all these second level nodes. All right, right click, paragraph, tabs. We're going to clear all the tab stops. And I'm going to say 6 inches, which is, as you can see, the edge of the page here, right aligned and a leading character of periods. Set. Okay. So now we just have to go back and replace these manual periods with just tabs for all the second level nodes. All right. Just hitting tab as I highlight all of these here. Okay, so that's taken care of. You can see already it's much better aligned. There's going to be this third level node which we'll have to do the same thing to. So, and you could see the inconsistency here. So again, now we're going to make sure that we have this in paragraph. We have a left indentation now of 1 inch for this third level node. Okay, and eliminate all periods or all tabs before that. So there's some use of tabs here. Let's select these, paragraph. So we want the left to be 1 inch. Looks like the first line is how that was previously set up, so we don't want that. So there's that. Let's make sure these other ones are taken care of the same way. It looks like 2 tabs were used for this section, so I'm going to get rid of those. Highlight this paragraph, and I'll put that at 1 inch. And we're all set for all the 1, 2, 3, the third level nodes. So now we're just going to repeat this process again, highlighting these third level nodes, right click, paragraph, tabs. We're going to clear all the tab stops, and again at 6 inches we're going to right align and use these periods as leading characters. Alright, so now all we have to do is go back in and replace all these manual periods with the tab. Okay, and last 2. Alright, so as you can see, we have just very nicely aligned, right aligned table of contents. Looks like I'm missing a period there. So that should take care of the first page. So now sometimes there's a little bit more advanced things. So here's a list of tables where we have a mandatory tab here, and then there will be another tab stop which will require us to use those leading characters of periods. So here I'll walk us through this. Make sure that this is center aligned, which it is. This should be right aligned, which it is. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to highlight these. We're going to set 2 tab stops. So the first is just a regular tab that's going to bring us out to 1 inch. And then the second one is a tab that will be a right aligned tab stop at 6 inches with these leading period characters. So let's highlight everything that we need to do that way. Go to paragraph and tabs. Let's clear everything. And again, so at 1 inch, we're going to set a regular left aligned tab with no leading characters. As you can see, 1 inch, that's for this. We'll hit set. And then at 6 inches, we want a right aligned character, right aligned tab stop with these leading characters of period. So we'll set that, hit OK. So you could tell the first time I hit tab, it brings us over to 1 inch. And then if I replace all these manual periods with another tab, it goes and makes this tab a right aligned tab stop at 6 inches with leading characters. All right, so again, I don't have to do this. This is already taken care of. I'm just going to replace these. All right, so we have a perfectly right aligned list of tables. Hope this video is helpful for making and formatting a manual table. A lot of people like to and prefer to kind of make their table themselves, use numbers themselves. In a future video, maybe I'll cover how to get Microsoft Word to generate some of this for you. But hope this was helpful. Please visit clinicalpsychologystudent.com and feel free to ask questions on our forum, and I would be happy to try to answer whatever I can.